Welcome.
Welcome back, everybody, to this week's installment of the 909 with the 9 to 5 boys. With our extra boy right here.
You guys already know.
Be extra.
I'm J.Snow.
Hey, I'm Suave.
I'm Ink Empire.
You already know him.
Yep.
Man, let's just dive straight into it.
Oh, you ask, how was your week, bro?
I'm interested right now to see what y'all talk about. Y'all say y'all had a good topic, and I'm interested. And I don't even want to do the introduction.
I just want to ask, damn, bro, how was your week? How was your work week?
My week was fine. I ain't gonna hold you. It was a short week.
Short week?
Yeah, you know, Veterans Day, hit up all the restaurants and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, got some free food up out that motherfucker.
I bet your ass did get some free food. Damn.
Got hammered at the homie's house.
Hammered.
Like blacked
Veterans
out.
Day.
Nigga, like blacked out drunk.
On Veterans Day.
Like 2 ounces down.
Oh, you guys.
Nigga, yeah, bro, woke up.
Y'all had the day off, right?
Yeah, had the day off. Fucked up. Real, taking Jaeger bombs at the house. Like 8 Jaeger bombs deep. Didn't know if I wanted to sleep, fuck, or fight.
One of the three.
One of the three.
One of the three.
Man, it's fucked up in the crib.
That's how you spent Veterans Day.
Yeah, my boy told me I woke up.
Cause I mean, you hit the family group message like, hey, I went to sleep. I don't know how I ended up in my bed, but
Nigga, I'm talking about like I woke up in my bed with one of those.
How'd you got here?
Nigga, what the fuck going on, man? Nigga, I found my phone because I went to put my foot in my shoe and my phone was in there.
That's how responsible you were.
How responsible I am. Woke up, nigga. Apparently, I walked back in like with one shoe on, one sock, because one sock was fucked up with grass and shit, and the other shoe had the shoe on.
So you just had a night.
Yeah, it was a fucking night.
It was Thursday.
Thursday.
No, this was Thursday. Yeah, this was
So
Thursday.
your phone was in your shoe.
Phone was in my shoe. Sock fucked up. Left the charger. Shirt was off by that point.
Of course your
shirt was off.
Of course your shirt was off.
You know where that's at.
Of course your shirt was off.
Yeah, but like nigga taking Jaeger bombs at the house. Finished the whole bottle.
Y'all niggas are nasty because Jaeger.
Nigga, you ever had a Jaeger bomb?
Yeah, it's still nasty.
That shit tasty as hell. That shit tastes like candy, bro.
I'm out of this topic because I have never.
Yeah, that's like my shit. Like when I go to like bar shit, give me a Jaeger bomb and a beer, or give me Jaeger bomb and a vodka Red Bull.
Just know Jaeger by itself is the most nasty.
Yeah, no, Jaeger by itself tastes like shit.
I don't know, man. I ain't never had a sip of any kind of alcohol.
But shit,
in my
you grab
life.
that Jaeger, you put a Monster in there, and boy, you got a concoction. Put that with a vodka Red Bull, you're gonna be the hardest party that you ever seen in your fucking life.
Well, how was your week, bro?
Working, man. I just been tattooing all day, bro.
You
From
been
10
on your shit, killing your shit.
10 to 10.
Hey man, if y'all don't follow, y'all better follow my man and hit him up with his tattoos, man. He killing this shit.
Hey.
He killing this shit. Y'all better.
Hey, I'm just trying to put out the best work I can right now. But nah, it's just tattooing, man. Trying to get some extra money for Christmas. You know, nigga got too many kids.
I felt that.
I
felt that.
I felt that one. Gotta get that Christmas money, boy.
You just trying to get it done. But besides that, how about yours, man? You asking us? What's about you?
It's a cool week. It's cool. It's just a school week. You know, it's work. Work's been slammed like a motherfucker. We been busy as shit at work. But other than that, it's cool. It's
No
cool.
new projects?
No, just cool. Just working, bro. Keeping plain and simple.
I felt that extra money for Christmas weekend, bro. Underdog weekend last week had me fucked up in the crib. And nigga lost everything in the morning games and thought I could come back.
Oh, really?
Kept it flowing. Fucked up.
He's a gambler.
Oh, you gambler? He's a big gambler. Oh, football,
He bets on the games and shit.
Hey, I do
But we
take
back
it-
this week.
take
I told you the signs.
The signs, huh?
The signs. I
Boy,
told you we back.
You sound like
You only lose when you quit.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
You're not far from wrong.
I mean, shit. I mean, yeah, we can get into topics, bro. I mean, shit. I mean, the first one we kind of dibble-dabbed on it last week, bro. It's the Travis Scott shit. The only thing I want to talk about it is now that people are hitting me with the whole. I've been getting this shit a lot. Oh, it's a demon sacrifice. This nigga's sacrificing bodies.
Stupid.
Bro, y'all niggas are getting bamboozled.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch of motherfuckers that ain't never been to a festival and realize motherfuckers pass out at a festival.
Yeah, no, and also my thing is too. I don't know if I said it last week. Like I personally don't believe it's Travis Scott's fault.
Well, it's
I
not.
think it's Travis Scott as the organizer of the event. It's his fault. But the nigga up on the stage that was performing, that nigga ain't got no. He ain't got no responsibility for that nigga in the crowd. That's what security's at the motherfucker for. He got lights on. He got sound going on all fucking behind him and shit. This nigga's out there to perform. He's putting on a performance. His job at that time is to perform. not to be motherfucking out here checking every single nigga in the crowd.
But I just find it crazy how motherfuckers was like, yeah, bro, he's devil worshiping. Y'all see the mouth and all that. I was like, bro, he's had that same setup for 3 years.
It was now his daughter's birthday.
And now all of a sudden, now you guys are saying, and I see if he like, oh, soul to soul. Bro, what win does he get for people dying at a festival? Like, he's going to get sued. He's not getting no money off of that. Nigga, when have you ever in life seen human sacrifices and it works? Or sacrifices and it works?
I've never sacrificed.
No, but I'm saying, like, motherfuckers used to sacrifice animals. Now, nigga, that shit, niggas was just doing it. Didn't even work.
How do we know they don't work, though?
How do we know it don't work?
But you telling me, nigga, they were sacrificing.
They wouldn't have. I'm just gonna say this: they wouldn't have did it if it wasn't working.
So you telling me they were like, oh, if we don't sacrifice this sheep, nigga, we not gonna get no rain this year?
Nigga, did they get rain?
Nigga, we get rain every year.
We did. I'm just saying. Nigga.
We get rain every year.
But nigga, back then they sacrificed that motherfucker and the rain came.
But back then. You didn't know, but now, nigga, all the technology, you find out all the niggas is doing that shit for no reason.
Yeah, nah.
That's exactly.
But they're not doing it for rain no more.
They're not doing it for rain no more.
Now, but who sacrifices animals now for shit like that?
No, you sacrifice.
No, but I mean, for rain and shit, that's scientific. But for like fame, power, and money, that's tangible. That might be like.
Where have you seen that ever worked?
Nigga, I've never sacrificed nobody, so I can't tell you where it worked. And I don't know anybody who sacrificed niggas.
Exactly.
But I know a lot of people who said they sacrifice people to get that shit where they gotta go, and I read it and it looks correct. Do I think Travis Scott sacrificed niggas?
Who?
No.
So you telling me right now that nigga Travis Scott was like, bro, I'm trying to get a bunch of shit ton of money. I'm at the nigga already make money.
Yeah, I don't know,
because he already made the sacrifice.
He already made the sacrifice.
Bro, it's part of the thing. You can't get there unless you lose something.
Like, I'm not saying he sacrificed the niggas.
That eye was a sacrifice.
But look where he's at now.
Nigga, remember the one song?
He's in jail right now.
Remember the one song?
Yeah, because he wanted his eye back.
That nigga Fetty was a drug pen.
Nigga, remember the one song? The nigga said, I'm a devil worshiper. He said that at the beginning of the song.
Who said that?
The Fetty Wap.
What song did he say that?
Nigga, I don't know. It was one of the songs that he said 7.
I think it was one of them. Like,
yeah, it was the big one.
Yeah.
It was the big one.
I'm a devil.
Yeah, I'm a devil worshiper.
Right.
And it was slowed down. We seen it. We all heard it. I can show you that motherfucker. It's in there.
You have to show me that off because I don't remember that.
Nigga,
I listen to Fetty Wap, so I don't know.
Nigga,
all I knew was 17 for
shit. Fetty Wap had a grip on me and Chris, nigga. We went to a Fetty Wap concert.
You went to a Fetty Wap concert?
Yeah, nigga, I was like 13, 14.
Oh, I keep forgetting you real young.
Yeah, I am.
He's only 21. 21?
Yeah, 21.
Nigga. He be exposing my age on this motherfucker.
No, he do. And
he
like I said, I'm an avid listener of this, and I
always forget this.
I always forget. When you be like the first episode y'all put out, talking about high school and what you wear and all that, I'm over there dying because real quick recap of me in high school, I used to wear fedoras. I used to have long hair.
Wait, with the
fedora? Yeah.
You used to wear a feather too?
No feather. But hey,
wait, I'm trying to wait.
Let me explain real quick. Okay, so at that time, bro, Neo was my nigga.
Oh, bro.
Neo was my nigga. So I'm over there. I used to wear. I had long hair. I used to have my shit.
I didn't know this one. You used to wear a fedora?
I used to wear a fedora.
Please tell me you got some pictures of that.
I don't take pictures.
Oh.
And I especially did back in high school. Damn. I only take very few pictures now because, you know, the whole when people pass away, you ain't got no pictures start shit. It got to be one day. So, but either way, long hair down my back. Braided, usually a ponytail. Sometimes I get cornrows or whatever. Long sleeve button up shirt.
Oh, you was one of them dressed to impress niggas.
Yeah, long sleeve button up shirt. I would wear like a slingshot or white beater, whatever you want to call them, or muscle shirts. One button, like the second to last button will be buttoned up.
This nigga was going to school and
bro,
meaning business.
Bro, I was doing whatever I could, man. Fedora, black fedora, blue fedora, something like that. And
this nigga sound like he would name his daughter Seattle or some shit
like
that. Nigga trying to look niggas in the eyes and say IPAs are good.
You don't drink.
Don't drink.
But boy, that's crazy. I did not know that.
No, I was the fedora guy. If like the other day I went to my brother-in-law's little get together, right? Yeah. His friends, he'd been friends with him since high school. They didn't recognize me. They were like, he was like, oh, here's the guy with the long hair that used to wear the. Oh, that was you. Yeah, that was me, bro.
The fedora.
Everybody has a past that they're not super proud of.
Yeah, I done worn some shit in my life. I ain't never put on a fedora, but I've put on wear shit.
And that was the only hat that I thought I looked good in. I can't wear the fitted caps and all that.
I wear
fitteds a lot.
I swear the flannel around the waist.
Yeah, nah,
everything's got a hole.
Yes, you're a flannel. That shit.
No, that shit. Chris Brown had you in a headlock with that one. I wanted to ask you a question specifically.
Me?
Yeah, but it's gonna touch you.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you something. I want you to answer. I want them to know that this is a personal podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to know why your relationships don't work.
Yeah,
bro.
Relationships
I gotta show
because then I got a question for him after. It's perfect that he's here, but I need to know why your relationship. Like, have you ever self-analyzed yourself?
Oh yeah.
You've had.
Yeah, I had, but like,
because I know why mine don't work.
I mean, it depends what relationship you want.
I'm talking about like your relationships with women and shit.
Yeah, but like, which relationship?
I'm talking. You haven't. Yeah, but I'm just talking about.
You know,
you've had multiple relationships.
Yeah, I know, but which one do you want me to say?
What was the common denominator in you that you feel that didn't make any of those relationships work?
I felt they were all different. Because I feel every female asks for something different.
You weren't the same nigga in every relationship?
No, I felt I wasn't.
You weren't?
No, I felt I wasn't. I felt so. I mean, it depends how far you want to go back, bro. I mean,
yeah. No, I would go back to your first significant relationship, the relationship I met you in.
This is about to be what relationship? That was high school. I don't consider that one.
I consider if you ever had love towards somebody, that's a relationship.
But it's high school.
I understand it's high school and you got all the other shit going on, but I believe and a motherfucking 18-year-old person is love.
This nigga really hit personal. This nigga's
he trying to see.
I told you. I mean, you're more than welcome not to answer.
I mean, I answer. It's just like I don't want to. I fuck around and hog the mic type of shit.
No,
I mean, if you want, we can. I'll talk about one.
Yeah, yeah. Like your recent one.
Most recent.
Yeah, the most recent.
Most recent.
Why didn't most
recent?
Man.
I want to hear too now.
So most recent. Shit. Fuck. We bring it up. Okay. Why? Okay. So that one I could say it was a little. The way it ended, it was long distance. We worked good long distance, and then I moved back. And when we moved back, it was more of a like she was younger than me, so I felt our what we wanted at that time was different. She wanted to go out and do all this stuff, and I was trying to save money. And I just moved back. I was trying to get out of my parents' house.
Yeah. And
then it came to when remember we went to Hard.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to go day 2, and I went day 2. Well, I wasn't supposed to, and I was, you know what I mean. I like fucked up on that one. But I would say initially when shit got rocky, it was I didn't want the relationship to end.
In most relationships, most niggas I know don't want the relationship to end.
This one, I really didn't want to end, and then it was like more of a, came to me. She kind of tested me type of thing, like type of test me, and I failed type of shit. I let pride get into the way of it, but at the same time, I felt her way of thinking was really young. I'm not gonna go in depth.
No.
But the way the whole situation was, I felt on her behalf. The way she handled it was also like you tested me for no reason type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But me, I should have sucked up my pride and spoke up and said something. But she was kind of like it was kind of like we going on a break, but like I just want to think about some shit, and then she was just like, give me a week to think about it. And then and me, I was like, well fuck it, I'm gonna give you a week. I ain't gonna talk to you. You'll be back type of shit. I literally had that. You'll be back. You'll come back. And I should have. All right, man, stop fucking playing with this. Like, stop playing.
If it's something that you want.
Like, I should have, no, like, stop fucking playing. Like, and that's literally what she wanted me to do.
Mm-hmm.
She initially wanted me to do that, and I did it, and I ate that up, because it was like, oh, well, yeah, you didn't do
let
that.
your pride get in
I let my pride get in the way. So that's one thing I, made a stand, was like, if I really want somebody, I'm not going to let my pride get in the way. But at the same time, I felt our communications was off.
Mm-hmm.
We were younger. And we wanted two different things, so it was kind of like.
Did that same pride that you have here, did you see that same pride in other relationships that you had?
Yes. That's like that pride shit.
That pride shit.
That pride shit.
That was honestly a point that I was gonna bring up. Is that pride shit is really what like kills niggas.
That's what kills niggas is pride, because you just think, oh, this bitch will come back. You never know when you lose your girl.
Niggas hate to smell their own shit.
Yeah, nigga, you never know when you're gonna lose your girl. Yeah. So that's initially
your girl lose you. A nigga, niggas really don't be moving on like that. Like unless like they girl really like just like really be hurting them. Like at least from like my knowledge and the niggas I know.
No, yeah.
That like their girl got tired and they left. Their girl finally got fed up with all they shit. Basically, like what did you have to do for yourself to be able to achieve a healthy relationship? That's how I would want to phrase this. Okay. What did you have to change in yourself, or what did you have to promote in yourself to achieve the healthy relationship to a point where you want to be married and with this person for your life? That's how I would want to word this. I don't want to call this sacrifice because that puts it in the negative light.
Okay, well, with real quick backstory on me is I was previously married before I was with my girl now. So I was previously married. I got with her when we were young. We had a kid together. We got married right away. Had another kid together. That relationship was not a good relationship. It was pretty much manipulative from both of us. Basically, she did what she wanted to do. I did what I wanted to do. We were together, but we weren't together.
Yeah.
So that wasn't compromising with each other. That wasn't sacrifice here nor there.
Yeah.
We both did our own thing, pretending we weren't seeing the other person do it.
Were you guys just like together because of the kids, or?
We was for nothing really. Honestly, we were together because we were together. It was one of those.
Yeah,
things
I feel it.
You just don't break up because you're together.
Comfortability.
Yeah. And it was just one of those things. But we did go through our patches where we would break up. Mind you, we were married, so we separated. Mm-hmm. She would go with her mom or wherever she was going for a month or two, and then come back and we'd be back together again. But again, it wasn't a healthy relationship. It didn't help neither one of us. It was just we were together. That was it, as the bare minimum of the word. But besides that, what I can take from that is my compromises or sacrifices that I took to make my relationship now better was what I did wrong in the past. What I did wrong with that one, I tried to change myself to make it better for the new one. But it's just you have to better yourself every time for every situation.
Yeah, because I have a full belief that like niggas only cheat. Niggas who don't cheat only don't cheat because they believe they're gonna get caught. That's a belief that I have.
Well, people they don't cheat because
they don't cheat because they believe they're gonna get caught. If niggas knew that they were never gonna get caught, they would do whatever they want.
Everyone would do that.
Yeah, but exactly. But it's an everybody thing.
But no, like what you're saying.
The fear is what it is. I feel once the love takes over, like you want to like not hurt this person.
Yeah.
Takes over for the fear. I feel like that's when the relationship like really reaches another level. Yeah. Because lust and all that plays a huge part in relationship.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's what. Remember, like the last couple episodes, I was like, I felt my personal opinion. I feel lust is more important than love in a relationship because. I have to like what you say. I have to want to fuck you more than I want to fuck the other women out here. I mean, it's true shit. Like I have to look at this woman out here like, oh, she looks fine, but like I got this girl at home that like fine.
That's fine. Like I want her. I want her.
She get that crazy ass throat.
And I feel like that's where niggas fuck up too. Is that niggas settle.
Well, see, that's another thing that I like made to myself. That I don't think I'm gonna settle. Whereas that's what all niggas do. I see it. Like,
I see it.
I see it. When, like people, like it'd be like people.
Some niggas are good at settling because and I believe that just goes towards like a self-confidence type thing. Yeah. But they're good at settling. Just believe like this is it, and I'm just lucky that I got right here.
Right.
Well, yeah, and they're okay with that. And by all means, if that's your happiness, by all means, that's your happiness. I have a real big self-pride in myself, and I have a big self-pride in who I am. And not because I need the baddest bitch in the world, but I want like the best bitch for me.
Right.
And I want the bitch that's not the bitch. I want the woman that's gonna
correct himself.
Yeah, I gotta correct myself. I'm talking about my.
He's growing up.
He's like I'm
talking about my wife out here.
Right. So you want to get married?
No.
Though? Like, do you want to get?
Me personally, I don't like. I'm not into getting married, but like, I feel like there's a woman out there who would make me want to get married. I feel like I know there's compromise in a relationship and everything, but like me personally, like I feel the same thing as you. Is that my biggest problem in a relationship? My bad. Opposite from you. My biggest problem in a relationship is that I am selfish. That's why I can't have a relationship work out here. Whatever I want. That's what.
You're only 21.
I'm only 21.
You know, so it's kind of like one of those ones when I was 21 dating, bro. You still got them young arguments type of shit. You're still doing shit where it's like, you know, like you're still doing young shit. I feel you shouldn't settle that young. When motherfuckers sit there and they be all married.
I feel like you should settle whenever you feel you should settle. Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
True. If you find the one, you find the one.
Yeah, you find the one. Like. I got a homie right now who met his girl in middle school. They're married right now, happy with kids, living in a house, enjoying themselves, and he's the happiest he ever been.
You know,
that's what I'm saying. But I got niggas for that. And I got niggas 21, 22 without a girl, sad as shit, living terrible in a single fucking life.
But I would be.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I mean, to every nigga, to each their fucking own.
Yeah, to each their own. But I just feel people try to force stuff on like.
You shouldn't be forcing a relationship out here. But I'm just saying like. Or they get some niggas like, bro, this single life and all that shit, that nigga, that's not for you.
See, I didn't have much time to live a single life because I pretty much went from one serious relationship, a couple months off, another serious relationship.
My nigga finds the one like that.
Damn.
Hey, if you know Raymond over here, you know Raymond one of the most luckiest niggas ever. Don't ever play this nigga on bowling, bro. He tries some new shit out and hit strikes all day.
But remember though, the first one was a number 2, so it doesn't really matter. But no, it's like I didn't get a chance to have the single part and all that stuff, so I can't speak on that. But a comedian did say you're either married and bored or single and lonely.
That is true.
That is true. That's a good.
So you could, like me and my girl, she's more like do stuff. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm not. I'm a homebody. My fun is work. I work for that's what my life has been based off of work. So she wants to do this and this and this, and I compromise. I do it. Okay, babe, let's go do this. Let's go do that. But most of the time,
that's good on you. Niggas usually don't compromise.
Bro, but half the time I don't want to do it. But I do it because I know it's gonna make her happy. And then
that's one thing you gotta put that mindset, make your girl happy. Though.
That's the same thing. Like when your pops went to Tahoe this weekend, he didn't want to go to fucking Tahoe.
He didn't.
Now pops didn't give a fuck about going to Tahoe, but my mom wanted to go to Tahoe. So what did he do? He went to Tahoe.
It's the woman that makes the decision.
Just to make it, just to make it happy. He wouldn't. As happy as what he was in Tahoe, he'd have been just as happy sitting on the bed.
Come on, you know niggas don't like to match with their girls.
Yeah.
But you know, the girls want to do it, so nigga gotta do it.
Exactly. Like, they don't give a fuck about this. Like, what you call it? Niggas are simple fucking creatures. Give them some coochie, give them some food, and they happy.
What's that
that was like the best line of this fucking one.
No,
simple creatures, dog.
You really are, because you could be happy just, even if we wasn't doing this, we could just be on our phones chilling next to each other.
I mean, you know,
without
like
a fucking word.
If I get 3 times, you know, if I could fuck 3 times a day and not skip a meal, I'm good.
I'm good.
I think I need a meal.
He said not skip a meal.
Not skip a meal. Yeah. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, dudes are fucking simple.
That was a good little segue right there. You went a little personal.
Man.
You went a little personal.
No, not little.
Yeah, bro wanted me to break down every relationship.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm being dead. Like you know,
you wanted me to break down.
I mean, we be on here joking and shit too. But like, also we're people. We're people.
We vetting this episode.
Yeah, we're people.
Y'all not getting no jokes.
Let's shoot a shot at you real quick. Why are you so selfish?
Why am I so selfish?
What happened to make you feel like you cannot compromise for somebody else?
What's therapy?
Man, why am I so selfish? Cause I had to be, man. Like, you know, like as an adult now, like I'm living for myself. I'm coming from where like my mom was telling me her problems at 8 years old. I'm coming from where like, you know, I got siblings in my house who need a little bit more attention than me, and I gotta give up selfishly. I gotta give up. I'm coming from like I gotta give up time that I had growing up, like, you know, one-on-one talking and everything. And I ain't have no time for nobody. Like, you know, if I got a problem or an emotional issue, like there ain't nothing going on. I ain't get to start talking about myself till Jamie moved up in the house, and then I was like, oh, we talking about shit.
Right.
But like, now like I'm as an adult and everything, and like I'm by myself and everything. Like now I could choose me. I'm not sharing a room with nobody. Ain't nobody paying my bills. Ain't nobody making sure I'm alive. I'm making sure I'm alive. Now I have the time in my life to be selfish. I shared a room my whole entire fucking life. I joined the Navy and I was still sharing a room. I
don't think you've ever had a room. This is the first time you really had a room.
This is my very first time ever having a room. I was 20 years old.
Yeah, by himself.
My very first time ever having a room and not nobody next to me was 20 years old.
My man could jack off in peace.
Strangle my shit.
ain't gotta worry about
shit. I'm talking about strangling, choking this chicken. Yes. But like, nah, like as a young kid, I had to worry about other problems. I had to be aware, not even to worry about other people. I had to be aware of what was going on around me. Right. Like I love my mom, but like we got a way better relationship now that I'm an adult.
That's usually how it works, though.
Yeah, that's usually how it works with parents and shit. You get, and as a kid, you're a kid.
The whole saying, you want a good relationship with your parents, move out.
Yeah, you got, So now when I come back, now I'm a main focus because I'm here. I'm not here every week. I'm not here every day. So now I'm a main focus. I want to talk now. Now I get a chance to be heard and shit. Yeah. But like that's why I feel like I'm selfish and shit. And then like growing up, like relationships, everything, like I'm a very giving person, but like. So we give back.
So to ask you though, you being selfish, like how, not like you being selfish, but like, have you seen that working though?
Me being selfish?
Yeah.
I've seen it work for my personal happiness. I haven't seen it work for my relationships with others. I've seen it work with people who genuinely care about me.
Right. So
like like if me and Jamie got some shit planned, I'd be like, I don't want to fucking go just because I got a fucking self. I don't want to do it. He ain't gonna give a fuck. It's not gonna give a fucking matter.
But when you say, because you're not selfish, because you're really giving. So like, I don't know how to really say it. I would say, so when you're involved with a female, mm-hmm. you would say you would put your feelings first.
My happiness first. I guess that would be my feelings.
Put your happiness.
Yeah, but my happiness first. Even on the hardest of shit, like that even comes with like cheating and shit. Like if I want if I think that like me personally, if I think this is gonna if I think like I feel good after this coochie, and I think I'm gonna be happy, I'm gonna just choose my happiness. If I don't think it's gonna make me happy, no, I'm not. But
I just feel because you've only been through one relationship. I just feel you haven't learned a lot about yourself yet, like to really like you haven't.
I feel like that's a correct, but like, because I would say I spent a lot more time on my own in the year. I spent a lot more time adulting than almost all of my peers. I've been taking care of myself since I left high school. I was only home for 2 months after I left high school, and then as soon as I graduated high school, the week after I got a job. Like I never bullshit. As soon as I was out of the school, I was full on into my adult life. I'm like, my peers, even the homies, like I'm way farther into adulting than anybody. Like I know I gotta talk to like y'all two to like get adult things. I mean, y'all gonna look at me as younger because I am younger and whatnot. But like some of the stuff that y'all experienced when y'all was already older, like your move to Iowa, I did at 18.
Yeah, and I did that at I did that. You're still younger than me.
Yeah,
I did that.
You didn't leave. I left you. Yeah. I did that at 18.
Yeah, and I did it at 22.
You did that at 18. I did that at 18. Damn, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you put it in perspective and shit, like I did all that.
I still was out there struggling at church. Well, not struggling, but doing like, shit at 21 and then finally at 22.
Like your 21 was a way different look than what my 21 looked like.
Yeah. You're like 20, because I think I didn't officially be on my own without like my dad supporting me until I was 20. That's when I officially like cut the ties, and ever since I was 20, that's when I pretty much taking care of myself since I was 20. Think about it.
I cut the ties as soon as I graduated.
That's even sooner than me because I didn't get my own spot until me and my girl got serious, which was like 3 years ago. 3 years ago. So I lived with my grandma my entire life for the most part, and then my mom.
Every real nigga stayed with their grandma.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah. So I feel you 100%. You're in a sense you're making up for lost time.
Kind of, yeah. I'm kind of like making the time like I got right now.
It's like so you were didn't have a lot of your time by yourself when you was younger. So now since you're an adult, you have this time and you're enjoying it. You're hanging out with your friends. But I feel because you are young, so a lot of stuff that you do. You see, I don't ever tell you, bro, look at that because you're young.
The stuff I do is young stuff. Like young. The stuff I use is young stuff.
I just forget that you are young. But initially, it's like, no, you're young. You gotta make those life decisions. You gotta make those life decisions on your own. That's why
go through the damn.
That's why I always I hate when his mom always says, "Oh, go tell him this." It's like, bro, at the end of the day, he has to make his own decisions.
No, once you grown, you're grown.
Yeah.
That's on you, and especially.
I feel like if you live in your parents' house, you're still your parents' child.
Right. For the most part. Yeah. Well, the thing the only reason I don't agree with that is because I lived with my grandma, my mom, and stuff like that, but I was the adult of the house.
Oh, see, that's
for the most part. Like,
I mean, if you're in the house, if you live in your parents' house with no responsibility, you're not paying bills or you're not paying rent or anything, then you're your parents' child. But if you pay rent and anything, you rent a room. Like you're in that part, you're an adult. If you rent in a room in your parents' house and you pay rent towards that, you're an adult.
Right.
You're using that room.
Yeah. So so
that'd be a better way to put it.
Right. But I got one.
All right.
I got one that I feel you kind of are talking about. Just what I feel what everyone will relate. Just the timetable of life. Just our time that people put on the timetable, and that's not plugged up to charge my laptop. It's not plugged up. You guys he for sure didn't plug it up. Whoa. Technical difficulties. All right, there you go. Yeah, just something that this shit looks weird. Something that I feel I always keep myself in, like I always try to force myself out. It's the time, like a timetable. Do you get what I'm saying? Like at a certain age, I need this. At a certain age, I need that. And nigga, at 25, I should be this. 25, I should.
That
be
all
that.
stems from that back in the day that the timetable was real.
Oh yeah, I just hate it because it's something that I always have to fight. Like it's like
back in the day, like your grandparents' timetable, like that was legit, like a legit thing. Like you get married at this age, you have a house at this age. But that was back when the world was at what it was, and like governments and all that, and the agencies, and
Because it's just one of those people feel like in their 20s you should have all this stuff.
But like it stems from back in the day when like my grandma and grandpa got married right after high school. They had a house right then. They had kids right then. Right. He had a full-time job right then. She raised kids, but like that wasn't like right now. That seems fucking preposterous. But back then that was like that was Tuesday.
But it's just one of those ones I just always see it. People just be like, oh, I want to be married at this age. I want to have my house at this age. Or like even when I do like a self-reflect, it's like, damn, bro, what am I doing? I should have this. I believe in it, and I catch myself like, no, nigga, there's not a timetable.
I still believe in it though, because I don't think society should take away your timetable, at least for yourself.
What do you mean? No, yeah, I feel you.
Like, I mean, everybody's timetable ain't the fucking same, but I hate that. It's time. I gotta give it. Like, no, bro, like, you can get that shit right now. Get it as soon as you fucking can.
Well, I think times tables for people, or like time frames for people,
time frames
should be reasonable. The thing is, like you said, back in the day, our grandparents, their time schedule or whatever was reasonable to them. 18 married, 19 kids.
Niggas be grandmas at like grandpas.
My grandma was a grandma like 36.
Yeah, exactly. So, but now for us, it's not realistic to do that unless you was born into that, which most people aren't. Regular people, you can't do that. You can get married whenever you want, but kids, a lot of people wanting to have kids later, like 25, 30. And that, to me, even now, 30 is late to have kids.
Really?
To me that's late. Like, what you call it? My timetable, I can still follow the old timetable. That was my timetable. Was what you call it? Like, when back when, like, in my shit, like, I joined the military and everything because like I wanted that timetable. I tell you, I damn near every episode I tell you like I'm a family man.
You know, you were a father. You want to be a
father. Yeah, I'm a father. Like
that's why I'm really surprised you ain't got a kid. Bro.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised too personally myself. But like I'm like me personally, I see myself as my greatest accomplishment is being a father. Like stemming from my child, like I fully believe that my greatest accomplishment would be to become a father.
This goes back to last episode.
Yeah.
So what do you see the difference as being selfish when you had kids from being selfish with a spouse?
Oh, I couldn't even imagine myself picking myself over my kids. I don't have kids, but I can't even.
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
What's the difference? Because I feel
the kids, I made the choice that they're in this world right now. I think fathers out there can recognize that, like either you fucked up or you made the choice,
right?
And this kid is alive now because of you.
Yeah, most definitely.
This relationship is only here because I wanted to be here. Right. The kid's not here because I wanted to be here. I'm sure she wouldn't put, but like I'm sure there's some days where fathers don't want the kid to be there, like a rough fucking day, like a rough fucking time.
Kids is bad, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kids being bad, everything, like they'll probably be like not better, but it would be like it would make it easier on life if it wasn't around. But like
one of the ones I should have pulled, prayed, and punched.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
What?
You never heard that saying?
No. Pull, pray, and punch.
Pull, pray, and punch.
Who we punching?
Her.
Oh, goddamn. Again with the punching.
It's a joke.
Yeah,
it's a joke.
It's a joke.
Or you take her to Six Flags. Make her get on all the rides.
Y'all is crazy. Y'all is fucking crazy.
Hey, jokes. These is jokes.
No, but like like that's the thing is because I fully believe in that because I personally hate deadbeat dads. Like you can't be.
I'm not laughing at that. I was laughing
at
no,
you ain't never heard like
pull, no, but I just got it.
Yeah,
I had a slow mo.
And then you pray
and then you punch.
See,
send it up to a higher power.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, no, I've been on the side of my bed and prayed a couple times.
Every man has done that. God,
every real nigga, everyone.
I will never have sex without a condom again. Never. I never had sex without a condom. Then she go, I'm not pregnant. I'm still.
Man, there's Sierra's prayer, then there's the nigga's prayer. God, I swear to God, I will never do it again. I promise you, I'll never do it again.
Nigga prayer. All right, we still get little jokes off on this one, but
but no, like I was saying though, like like I personally, you can't be my homie if you're a deadbeat dad. The niggas that I'm with, that I hang out with, and they dads, they're dads. Okay. I'm not saying they're the best fucking dad in the world, but nigga, they see their kids.
Okay, since we are talking about like kids and deadbeats dads, what's your guys' take on dating a girl with kids?
Oh fuck, that was a great one for that. I was gonna have that one too. But like me personally, like
how do you approach dating a girl with a kid? Well, see
if your baby daddy's still alive, like it's gonna make it real hard for us.
They gotta be dead.
They gotta be dead, nigga.
Nah, they gotta be dead. But like you gotta that shit really has to be like nipped in the bud. Like I'm not here to compete.
I feel it's hard. It's hard to date a girl with a kid if the dad ain't shit.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to date a girl with kids if the dad ain't shit.
I talked to one girl with an ain't shit baby daddy. And it was difficult.
It's difficult, bro. Because the dad never want to watch the kids, so it's kind of like hard
never want to watch the kids. She low-key remember that nigga every time she talking to you and shit. Like, not like remember the nigga, but like, she went through hell with the nigga and shit. So it's like...
Because you got kids. So how was it when you dated? Because then your girl, she didn't have kids. No. Now you guys have a kid, but initially. Right. So how did you approach talking with someone knowing that you have a kid? How did you take that approach?
I will, before I even get started on that, I do think it's different from man having kids and woman having kids. Like, because me having kids, it's like, first things, I got lucky with who I'm with. As far as who she is as a person, because it could have been with somebody else and it could not have been the same situation. But with me is, first, your kids are most important, right?
Of course.
So when I was not with their mom anymore, and then I started talking to my girl now, it was me and her talking together and pretty much no contact with the kids. Between her and my kids. Until I felt comfortable enough to introduce And even then, it still wasn't like all the time. Every time you're here, they're here, da da da.
Yeah.
It's a slow thing, and at the same time, you have to make sure your kids are comfortable.
Yeah.
If they're not comfortable with it, you're not comfortable with it.
Okay.
But my kids, thankfully, love who I'm with. Who I am with love my kids.
Yeah.
And it was seamless in that fact, but it's not always.
Yeah. I can see there's
but
some type of pushback.
on the switch, but okay, and then I will say real quick, for me, my situation is also different because I am a single father technically, so I've had my kids most of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was not single mother, I'm a single father. So when she came in, it was different than the guy going into the relationship with a woman with kids, as far as I see. I think it depends on it depends, but if it's hard to say. It's hard to say without saying something crazy.
How I approach talking to a girl with kids, like I put myself in a mindset, like I don't know if it's weird, but I put myself in a mindset as if they were my kids and how I would want my baby mama to date. So I won't bring up your kids.
Right.
I won't attempt to meet your kids. I don't want to because I don't feel we established what we are yet.
Right.
So if it's like if I know like me, if I know like I don't know, we're still rocky. I don't want to meet your kids. Like at all. I don't want to like, oh no, come over. My kids are in the room. I don't even want to do that because I just feel that's disrespectful. Because I wouldn't want if I had kids. I wouldn't want my baby mama to do that.
I believe
No,
that.
most definitely, because that was my biggest thing is I would tell my kid's mom, don't bring no nigga around my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care who he is, why he is, or what y'all are.
And if you do I gotta meet him first.
I have to meet him first.
Exactly. That's how I would approach it.
I don't even want to meet him until y'all been together for years.
Exactly.
I don't even want to meet him, and at that point, no. But it is different though because me, I'm sexist against men. Men are creeps to me. Men are fucking creeps.
Men are shitty.
So me, like.
We'll say we're all men, but
men
are shitty.
But that's why we're able to say that because we are men, so we understand them in a different level than
majority of men are shitty.
That's why
I've been a shitty man in my life.
No one's passed it.
Yeah, nobody's. I ain't met a man who hasn't done at least one shitty thing in his life.
I was about going to side talk, but
So, but real quick is
growth right there.
I always, it weirds me out a little bit when I see a man with a single mother, especially when that single mother has daughters. But that's just me being a man, and I was raised by women.
I was also raised by women.
So I was raised by women, so I see women in a different light, and I see men in a different light, and then I
understand that. Yeah,
so it's like when I see, and you gotta take the dude in perspective. Like Jamie, if he tells me that he's going out with a girl with kids, I'm like, I know him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it is what it is. But the next dude walking down the street looking like a creep, he sees a mom they're at a mall or some shit, and he's walking up, hey, can I get your number? I'm like, this is weird.
Those niggas who like women with kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're a fucking weirdo.
But at the same time, women are they don't think about it like that. Some of them do.
Some of them do, but most of them don't. The ones with kids that I know don't. But like, yeah, you definitely got to think about that. Like, I was also raised when I have a different perspective because my dad was in prison.
Mine was as well.
Yeah, so my dad was in prison. So like, when I met Jamie's dad, this is my precedent for like kids my whole life. Right. When I met Jamie's dad, my mom sat me. I remember the day. My mom sat me and my sister down. She was real respectable about it. We weren't adults, but she treated us like,
exactly.
we're thinking fucking people. And she was like, yo, this is what's going on. My mom only dated one dude, and to my whole fucking knowledge.
Right.
From my dad to his dad.
Yeah.
So, at least that's a lie she tells us.
It's a good lie.
You never know.
But that's good.
Makes you feel
that's
good.
That's
good. Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, it means you don't know.
You don't know she's dated.
But she sat us down. She was like, "Hey, I've been talking to this man. We're pretty serious. At that point, it's already been like months or whatever, however long the fuck it was. But she was like, getting pretty serious. I'm bringing her over. He's gonna meet you and everything. I mean, me personally, I'm a real my dad, like my biological dad. I'm a real big daddy's boy. Like when I was a kid, like super big now.
Yeah.
it's a whole conversation for like why not no more.
Gotcha.
But like as a kid, I was a very big daddy boy, so it like threw me off. Like I ain't want nothing to do.
No, you cannot bring a man into a boy's life.
No.
Especially black men, black boys, black men.
No, you know I never actually really asked you about that, like that first initial.
Oh no, I swear to God, I did not like his dad. No. I mean, until I got an adult man's mind.
Right.
He was the worst villain in this fucking world because all I know is that he took my real dad out of my life. Right. Now this is my real dad. Ain't shit in this fucking world you can tell me that about.
But how was that when you found out that it was my dad? Because we knew each other from track.
Yeah, we already knew each other.
Like so it's like a whole backstory. Mm-hmm. His mom was my track coach.
Right.
So I met him.
But his dad was also the president of my football league.
Yeah, the football league. So I met him my freshman year when his motherfucker was probably 6, niggas.
Nah, I was like 8. Yeah, I was like 8.
I met him
probably about like 8.
But he was my track coach's son.
Right.
And they didn't start dating.
And when I met his dad, it was the president of my football. It was a dude who ran the football league.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I can imagine that was a little weird for me.
It was like, when I seen it, because the weird thing about it was when it happened was that my dad, I think my dad just got out of prison or like he just went in.
Okay.
Like it was like in the weird spot in between both of the instances. Yeah. So it was just like for me personally, it took until like I was like damn near in high school. Like we already been living together for however long, but like for the longest time that was just the dude who my mom was with.
Right.
Not my mom's boyfriend, not my mom's husband, not my stepdad. That was just the dude my mom was with.
Right. For now.
Like that, in your little boy heart, and any dude who didn't have it, in your little boy heart, you believe one day your dad's gonna come back and be your dad.
Yeah. Okay.
In your heart and fucking soul. I mean, unless you got some real shit between them, but like, I ain't never had bad shit with my dad. Like, I ain't never had I mean, beyond the leaving. And
Yeah.
But like, the only bad thing I had about my dad was that he went to prison and left. But like, him in my life, there was no bad things about it.
Right.
And my mom was a real good mom. Or where was that? She never lied to me about my dad going to prison, but she also never talked shit about my dad.
Right.
She was never about like, oh, your dad's in fucking jail again, or no. She never said one bad thing about my dad as a person. She told me good stories even. She told me about how my dad was a great football player and how my dad was like a real good person. And my family even too was like, oh, your dad's a good person. Because my dad legitimately was a good person. Mm-hmm. He just goes to fucking jail and he's a shit guy. Yeah.
But some people do that.
Yeah, no, but like, he never
well, we out here venting on this podcast.
Yeah, but like, no, it's important because like there's niggas out there like in the same situation.
No,
we don't give y'all jokes every week.
There's niggas in the same situation, but like when you do that and you meet that other man, like ain't shit he could do to be your fucking dad.
That is true.
I mean, unless like you could sit back and self-reflect on yourself like I fucking did.
Yeah.
And I realized that when my mom was out of a fucking job for a couple years and shit, and he was paying the fucking bills in the house, and when I had shit to do, and the cleats that were on my feet were purchased by him, like, the shit that was going on around here, when I needed to ride for school, I needed to be picked up from school, who was picking me up. Right. And, that's my fucking dad. Fuck the nigga that was just out here donating nut. The nigga who loves it. The nigga who loves and supports you every day, that's your fucking dad.
Yeah.
You feel me? But like that showed me like, you dealing with these women with kids and shit. Like, my mom's the fucking standard. You feel me? She wasn't out here just introducing random niggas to me every fucking day. So like honestly, if I'm talking to you and you're a girl and you introduce me with like not no like without a good majority of us like really
and girl, all we do is fuck at night.
All we do is fuck. Like no, like what you call it?
I met a girl. I've dealt with a girl,
wild.
And I sat there and was like, I'm like, your kids here? You having me come over? The hell,
bro? But that's the thing. That's when
still gonna come over though.
I still went over there. I mean, I know I have a story, but I haven't said it on camera.
But yeah, so that's like a respect to your kids level type thing. Because like I said, I didn't introduce my girl to my kids until I knew it was gonna be serious.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like
as you should. That's the important part.
And even then, it's like I ask my kids like, "Are y'all okay? Are y'all good with this?" Da 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 da. and everything's fine so far. But also I give the respect when it comes to my kids to their mom as I would want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
So I didn't do all that. Yes, because it's the right thing to do, but also because if the situation was flipped, I would want her to do this too.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You can't ask her to do that and you doing that.
So that's just all it is whatever I wanted her to do with or for the kids, I would do as well. If I didn't want her to bring a guy around the kids, I'm not gonna bring a girl around the kids. That way, and even then, I know her personally, so it goes more deep into that. Yeah. But also, it's like I don't want to give you the ammunition to be like, well, you did it.
Yeah,
I
just did what you did.
And then
type of thing.
At that point, it's only bad for the kids, because if I introduce some girl that I'm just talking to and she knows about it and she's like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it too. You invite this weird nigga to meet my kids and somehow to my kids, everybody's going down.
Yeah, understandable.
True. So, but that's the thing. Like it's a mutual respect for both parents. It's extreme respect for the kids, and it's like you have to respect. Like if you like to outsource, you have to respect them kids too, even though they're not yours.
Exactly. You were an adult nigga when your dad introduced another person.
But that's also different from into that. It's one of those ones I've seen the relationship about my parents just growing up. So when they separated and I saw that dynamic, I just took it as, well, if they separated, I mean, I saw it already. Like y'all just an adult relationship that ended. At that point, I was 18.
Yeah, you were already an adult.
I was 18. So he was just like, yeah, me and my mom didn't work, but it was kind of like me growing up. I knew that relationship was gonna work. Like I don't know. Like my whole parents splitting up, I may be different. I don't ever want my mom and dad to get back together.
No, because
like,
you understand when it's not
just how it is. I just seen my dad in a different light, and I never saw my dad like that when I was a kid. So when I'm growing up now, I'm seeing my dad happy and all like affectionate and shit. My dad, so growing up, and so initially when they say, oh, like I'm not that type of person that's affectionate. I'm not. Like I don't. You will never catch me kissing my girl in public, or you'll never see me out here making out with her.
I'm also that way.
I'm not like that.
I'm not very affectionate either.
I'm not affectionate in public because I never seen my parents do it. So the first time I ever seen my dad, like when we kissed his mom in front of us, I was like, oh shit, I never seen that shit before.
See, I'm fairly affectionate, but my mom and dad were.
Well, so my mom was just her and herself, so
exactly.
I didn't know any affection.
Yeah, see, like with your situation, my dad, he was in and out of jail my whole life too. Me growing up, my older siblings had him for the most part, which is his kids with someone else, and my younger siblings, my mom and my dad, had him.
Oh, see, I was my dad's only son. It was just me and my sister. That was it.
Yeah, see, I'm the oldest of 5 with my mom and my dad, and he was in and out my growing up. But once my sister under me was born, like maybe 2 years into her being alive and shit, he pretty much stopped going in and out.
Started slowing down and shit.
Yeah, so my siblings got him. I didn't really get him like that.
You see, I got a big.
Yeah,
I got
it's
a big
different.
On that too.
It's
no, because I got a big.
Because with me, I grew up with my mom and dad together till I was 18.
Oh,
so it was like I dealt with
shit,
that.
yeah, you have
that until I was 18. So it's kind of like I got then it was like, oh, I have parents both together. Then 18s when they split up. Yeah. So to me, it's kind of just like when my dad explained it to me, I took it as, all right, yeah, nigga. I mean, yeah, it's a relationship that I seen in. I mean, all right, yeah. He was like, yeah, you know, when they do that whole like, you know, we split up, had nothing to do with you guys. Yeah, nigga, I know, I'm an adult. Nigga.
Yeah, no,
like,
I grew up half my life with absolutely no dad, all the way up until I was 10, and then at 10, that's when his dad came in. Yeah. I mean, and then like it took more years before. It was when he was 10. It was when I was 10. So I did 10 years absolutely no dad.
Them niggas been together for 11 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I did 10 years.
Been together for 11 years.
Yeah, 11 years. So I did 10 years no dad, and then 10 years, and then we really started clicking when I got to about like 16, ish, like a good sophomore year of high school. Like that's when we started started clicking and shit.
Especially around then, that's when you got high testosterone.
Yeah, you got testosterone. You need a man to talk to or some shit around somewhere.
You needed it.
Yeah, boy, I personally needed it, but Yeah, so I was raised strictly just by a mother. And just by a mother and also by other moms. My mom and my grandma. Right. That was it. And then his grandma, Mom Nina Christie. It was those three that did it all. Right. So I was raised specifically by women and only around women. I have one sister and then my cousins that live by me. He's only guy cousin my age. He's only guy cousin my age.
They're all older.
Yeah, me and Jacob are the only boys that are by the same age. And then my other girl cousins are also they're only girls.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
so I was raised only strictly in a circle of women.
You are. I never thought about it.
No, so like me personally as a man, I'm extremely emotional.
You ain't shit. You live with all them women.
I ain't shit.
That's how he was raised, man.
Yeah, he was raised.
How you ain't shit with all them women?
Yeah, you would think so, but no, I was raised specifically by those women. That was it, So I got the whole emotional, I'm really in touch with my emotions and whatnot and everything. I know all that shit. I know women as person. That's why I feel for them and shit. But with the dad shit, all I ever had, and this is the one thing I really wish my mom did. I always said she was a good mom for telling me. My mom just let me live in my dreams.
What do you mean?
She let me live in my dreams of my dad. Cause she never told me my dad wasn't shit.
Oh, she only
told me the good.
But is it a but it's one of those ones. It's is it her responsibility to tell you that? His actions.
It was. She told me that she went to.
Young, though, so
it was young. But my mom always let me live in she always let me live in my fantasies of my dad.
Painting fantasies.
Yeah.
That's why you like painting fantasies, huh?
Yeah, I do shit. You're right. The painting fantasies, you're right. You might be right about that. That's why I believe it.
My nigga right there did an epiphany. Bro.
Damn, that boy popped like a motherfucker.
Painting fantasies.
That motherfucker popped like a motherfucker. But no, that ass, my mom, not that she made my world about, but she just let me live in what I thought my dad was.
Yeah. Okay, let me how to explain this in a bad way. She didn't want to break your heart. She kind of wanted you to experience it yourself. So she didn't want to sit there and I don't know how she felt.
Yeah.
But she didn't want to sit there and paint him a bad light and you regret her because she's talking shit about your dad. So she was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let his father have his actions show, so he's gonna see it from himself and not from me.
Yeah, I never once thought my dad was a better parent than my mom. Yeah. Or ever once thought I'm gonna go. I never had I'm gonna go live with my dad fantasy. But my thing was just I just have my dad in this superhuman light.
Yeah.
Every kid would. The men that I had in my life, I all painted them in superhuman light. My brother Cameron, Jamie. I all painted them in a superhuman light, cause nigga, that was all I had. Yeah. I only had so many real role models to choose off of. And then my dad, his pops, I wasn't fucking with him, so I had those two. So
I actually never asked you about that. That's actually crazy.
What?
Just how you took that. I just never just.
Oh yeah, no.
Because I was already 18, so I just took it as alright.
Yeah, no. Me personally, it wasn't world fucking ending.
Yeah, but it's still I understand the whole dynamic because I wouldn't know how I reacted.
It wasn't world fucking ending where I was just it was just man, that motherfucking dad,
No, I feel 100% because I remember as a kid, if we went to the store and some dude talked to my mom, hey, my mom's short. If some come up trying to reach the top shelf, her back up, nigga. This is my mom. I got a dad. Move. Leave us alone. So
I was the same way when his dad first started coming over. Anytime his dad was over, they didn't start living together immediately, but anytime his dad was over, I would always be right next to my mom.
Yeah.
Or right in between.
You out there cock blocking.
Oh, cock blocking like a motherfucker. Nigga, like a pro fucking sport. Boy, no, cause in my mind too, is I always thought I was the man of my house. That was my thing. Yeah, I was the man of my house. Obviously I ain't putting no fucking bills on these things.
He was setting the rules.
Yeah. I ain't thought putting no bills on the table. In my mind, I was the man of my house. When my mom had a problem, in my mind, she came and talked to me. Because every time my mom had a problem, she came and talked to me.
Right.
You feel me? Yeah, if she had a problem with with his pops, she was talking to me, so like I'm the man of my house, like, you know.
Into a little.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm the king. I'm the king of this castle right here. So like, you know, you got the old man here, you know, thing. But like, but that's the same thing. You never. But are your parents still together now?
Nah, they separated, I guess. Yeah, real shit. I'm white, so if I get emotional, my face will get red. Do not laugh at me, bro. It'll be over in a minute. Just keep it cool. But but no, so they separated a couple years ago. But that's because my dad, he's on some way out stuff. He's just been getting worse over the years about just how he does things and all that good stuff.
I felt that my dad too. Yeah.
So, but no, it's like, no, they're not together, and it was like they were together just to be together type thing. So,
yeah, I felt good.
So they lived together.
That's how it was when I was a kid. Was that my mom and dad were together. The last time my dad was with us was the time that I begged my mom to let my dad come back.
Yeah, see, and I begged my mom to not let my dad back.
Oh,
see, I was, because like I said, my dad wasn't there for me, pretty much specifically me.
Yeah.
So whenever he would be gone, for the reason he was be gone is a big part of it, I would like, leave him alone. Like, there's no reason for him to be here,
See, I was the opposite, because like, you know, when my dad was gone, and I mean, like, I've been like,
get closer to the mic.
Yeah, when I was gone, like my dad, like, you know, my thing was like, you know, he was gone, but he's just gone for me. Like you know, he says I'm not a selfish guy, but I've always been selfish in my feelings. Mm-hmm. Like that's the one. When I say I'm selfish specifically in how I feel.
Yeah.
So like when my dad was gone, my dad was only gone for me. Like fuck what my mom going through, fuck what my sister going through. Nigga, I'm going through something. Like, you know, my dad's gone for me. Cause in this world, like as a kid, like I was shouldering like, you know, whatever problems my mom had, and then whenever my dad came home, I was shouldering him.
Yeah.
Him specifically. Yeah. That was like, that's where I learned it from. First and foremost was from him. Because anytime he came home, all of his problems and all of his ordeals was specifically on me.
Right.
That's why, you know, when he goes back to prison, it was specifically on me.
Boy,
because
my nigga had the weight of the world at 10.
Yeah, no. I was like 8 years old.
And like Coach G, now I got some big ass shoulders.
You got some big ass shoulders. No, you know, like, you know, your dad was like, yeah, no, when your dad get out of prison, you know, every nigga who ever had a dad get out of prison, give him that prison talk. Like, you know what, son, I'm gonna be good. You know, I'm out here for you. I'm gonna make sure you're good. You just gotta make sure that I'm straight. Like, you know, like
nigga 10.
Nigga 10. Like, nigga, what?
I got you, pops.
Like, yeah, no, pops, like, you know, whatever we gotta do, if you wanna go practice or you wanna just hang out, like, you know, I'm here. Like, you know, we're gonna make sure that you straight and everything. And then go back to prison and be like, you know, when you have that talk with an 8, 9-year-old, you're like, nigga, that was specifically on me. Cause he came back and talked about like that shit.
Am I doing that?
Oh yeah. No, but like that's how it be. Like for like the niggas with their dad in and out. I mean, at least my dad in and out. Maybe some other shit.
I feel you.
Yeah. You and me, we closer than we thought we was.
Man.
Yeah. I say y'all niggas similar.
Yeah,
Jamie over here sitting here with a fucking happy father and shit.
Yeah.
My nigga got a happy father, didn't live with his grandma. Nigga out here being the best nigga possible.
Go now, you know your dad.
Nah, you know how my relationship was.
No, I'm just
you know how my relationship was. Yeah. That's I mean,
man.
me and my dad relationship. That's a little. It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the greatest growing up.
I mean, no, it never truly is.
No,
well, that's a question too. Like, what's better, like a parent absent or an inconsistent parent?
I wouldn't say he wasn't inconsistent.
No, I'm not talking about your dad. I'm just talking about like in general.
In general.
Yeah, I'm just talking. No, your dad wasn't inconsistent. Nigga came home.
Do you have input on that one? What he just asked?
Re-ask the question.
What's worse, like for a child at least, like in your opinion, what's worse, like an absent parent, like a parent who's just fucking gone, or an inconsistent parent?
I feel like inconsistent parent.
Inconsistent?
I'd rather have an absent parent. If you're not gonna be all in, just leave.
I fully believe that.
If you're not gonna be all in.
I fully believe that.
Yeah, definitely, because
if you're not gonna be there, that was the biggest fuck up of my life, was the in and out.
Yeah,
if you're not
it's when they're there, you're cloud 9. When they're gone, you drop.
Especially
if they're already
as
gone,
a kid, yo.
Yeah, if they're gone and stay gone, how far can you drop from the bottom? You know?
Yeah,
not like that. But
they make the best athletes. They make the best athletes.
Boy, does it push him to be great.
They make the best athletes. You imagine if LeBron had his dad in his life. There would be no LeBron. That nigga be a happy kid.
Yeah, he would.
Be a happy kid.
Nah.
Now that nigga be dunking with a
I wish that turned me into an athlete.
there all the time.
Well, hey man,
Michael Jackson's dad was never gone. He was on his ass.
Hey man, that man put out.
Nah, but he was an inconsistent dad. He was a consistent dad.
He was.
So consistent dad, no, because niggas will go to the league.
But niggas don't give Joe Jackson his credit. My nigga had all his whole family was famous. He ain't shit. That nigga ain't care about their emotions. But I mean, that nigga whole family.
Inconsistent dads don't breed famous kids. Only absent dads and consistent dads. You can't be in the middle.
Shit, I gotta choose which one I want to be
in. But shit, if you gonna leave your kid, motherfucker, leave. Don't come back.
The in and out, and I will get into that real quick. Like I said, I told my mom, like, leave him alone, like, let him stay gone. I was that one.
Mm-hmm.
Stay gone. I felt.
That was my sister.
Yeah. See, I felt.
My sister was one with my dad, like, stay gone.
Yeah. Because women are more intuitive like that. Like, men are more emotional, or boys, men are more emotional, so they do work off of emotions.
I fully believe in that. I believe men are way more emotional than women.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
Yeah, most definitely.
So
when they finally open up.
Yeah, when they open up.
So with me, I was the one. Let them stay gone. Let them do this. Let them do that. I truly felt as a kid, my dad not being there would have been better for me. And it was at the time it was just my sister under me. So it would have only been two of us. If it was my way, it would just been me and my little sister.
Okay, I get
the
you.
The other three would not be here to this day.
I get you.
I feel it.
But my mom stayed with him, and at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason.
They do. Everything do happen for a reason.
Like, ain't nothing really. I mean, my dad.
Because I'm happy with the spot I am in my life right now.
See, like me,
but I had to get to this spot through all that.
No, 100%. Because I'm happy who I am.
Yeah.
And why I am.
I am. I really am.
But at the same time, it's like, how much different could it have been? Who would I be if my dad wasn't?
Who's to say that the person I would be wouldn't even be better or more happy than the person I am right now?
And with me personally, I am the way I am solely because of one, I was raised by my mom, my grandma, and my grandpa, but my grandpa was all at work. And
nigga, we living on the same life.
So my mom and my grandma and my grandpa.
I never thought about the similarities.
Yeah, I was like, nigga, are we living? I was like, nigga, are we living the same life right now?
And my dad. So that was one reason why I am the way I am, because of who I was raised by. The other reason I am who I am is because I, at a very young age, saw what my dad specifically was doing wrong, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
Makes sense.
So that's kind of like how I was. Like I saw the way my mom and my dad's relationship was, and I told myself, like, growing up, if I do have kids, I would never approach it like that.
Right.
It was just, I'm not saying he was like, it was just, I just saw the dynamic of that relationship.
Yeah.
It was just, my dad was always mad, he was always angry, so it was kind of one of those ones, he was always don't ask him nothing, he's just gonna say no. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, you know, when they say, what's the worst that you can say is no, but like, when you always hear no, you're not gonna want to ask.
Yeah.
So we just want to ask him. Like, my dad always hated yo, because nigga, all you do is say no. And it's always a rare occasion when you say yeah.
I am a no dad.
Oh
no.
Yeah.
Don't ask me shit.
No, but it'd be like reasonable shit.
Yeah.
Go spend the night? No. Like, why not, man? Like, it's our cousin. Like, shit like that. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just shit like that. So I always told myself, that's why I feel like I hate the whole, like that. I hate the whole traditional, family aspect.
I feel like that's why I like the traditional family.
I don't like it because I feel the way it's set up is it's set up for as the dad to be the bad guy.
It is.
Because all the dad does, because nowadays, when you think of traditional, and I always say, well, I always talk about a guy when they like the old way. Well, what do you provide? Nigga, I protect and provide. Nigga, well, that's all you do. Like, that's all you do.
Yeah, that is all you do.
Like, that's all you do at that point. So it's kind of like me, it's kind of like if you just protect and provide, nigga, and you expect your wife to raise your kids, when they look at you, that's why men are stuck in that little box of, like, nigga, if you always think of kids, they always love the mom more. They're mama's boys. They're like, they love their mom. They have that special that special connection with the dad, but it's when you
because you see them dads like they're the ones at the games yelling, talking about what the fuck you fucked up for.
No, but not
but but I'm talking about like the moms are like, hey, it's all right.
No, it's like being nice. It's just one of that. It's just an approach. Like I would never want to. How do I say it? I would never want to feel like the mom, like if I have a kid, like my girl raised the kid more than me. It'd be like, nah, it's equal. Like we both put in the same work. It's not I'm at work all day and you just raised the kid. I don't want that aspect because at that point the kid's always gonna favor the mom. Yeah. And I don't ever want to. That's why I don't like the traditional living because it's kind of just like that's what you do. It's like, well, nigga, all you do is come home and work. You don't cook. You don't do anything for your kids. You expect your wife to do that. So the kids aren't gonna really have a bond from you. All they know is that you provide. Like all they know is that you provide. Oh, dad got the money.
You spitting fire, nigga.
Like that. So that's why I was. Balance, though. But no,
that's the balance.
But that's why I don't like the traditional.
No, I feel it 100%. But
like also like as a man, I feel like I don't know if it's just because like I'm burdened by society, but like nigga, that's the burden you have to bring upon yourself as a man in your family. Yeah, exactly. You have to bring that. I mean, like nigga, like. At that point, for me personally, I feel like you want to be the woman of the house. Like, no. Like, I feel like, it's like, how do I put it? It's just like, everybody just can't both be the equal parent.
Why not?
Someone has, because.
That's traditional way of thinking. Well, why can't you?
Because, like,
why can't you?
Bro, like Chris Rock said, the only people who loved unconditionally are fucking puppies and women.
Hey, I understand.
As a man,
I embrace that though.
Yeah, but your responsibility as a man is to make sure this family to make sure this family doesn't die.
Exactly. But why can't you?
The woman's responsibility is not to make sure this family doesn't die. The woman's
I get that. Protect and provide. But I totally get that aspect. I'm saying,
but like my nigga, you can't swaddle, you can't breastfeed.
No, I understand that. I understand that.
Like nigga, the only thing you can really do is be there for your kids and provide. That's the only thing you can do.
I understand that. Like I understand. I'm saying like when they're young, I get it. They gotta be under the mom.
You don't gotta be a dad until you're about 5 years old.
But at the same time though, there are dads that have to raise the baby on their own. So So you can't say it's not possible.
It's not possible.
I'm just saying because when they're when they're a baby, they don't fucking know anyway. I'm talking about when niggas are like middle school, elementary, and they like growing up.
I feel like that's when the dad's most important.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying like I feel commonly in that way. Like from my dad, I'm not gonna lie. Growing up, it was always I was afraid of my dad. It was a fear. It was like a fear. Yeah. It was like. So like that's why I don't like that traditional way of living. Cause why would you want to be afraid of your dad? You know what I mean?
I mean I don't know. I come from different shit where like I was afraid of my mom and had to go.
No, but it was like a more of like, nah, man, I'm not trying to do this because I'm afraid of my dad gonna yell at me type of shit. I don't want to feel that. Like I never like growing up joked with my dad or joking or had that type of thing because it was like a fear. It was like just growing up. It was like I just see that traditional way, and I've seen it with other people. It was kind of just like
I have the same thing with my mom. Whereas I was like me and my mom joke now, but as a kid,
it was like me and my mom. But I don't want to approach that if I have kids. I don't want kids.
But see, I see
that's also what people like. My way of thinking also towards people is I don't want kids.
But I seen the same thing. Like my mom was like that, where, like from my experience, this is how I can explain from my experience is that my mom had no choice but just to be the provider. Yeah, there was nothing to do but provide. Yeah, the whole nurturing shit, that's out the window. Yeah. Like my mom even told me that herself. Like that's her only greatest regret is that she never had time to be a mom.
But that's the biggest thing though, time.
Yeah.
You time-wise, you can't do both.
You can't do both.
If in a
someone
family,
has to go work those hours.
In a family of 4, mom, dad, brother, sister, 2 kids.
Yeah.
Someone has to bring the money to live. Someone has to raise.
So
you both could do both, but then
the kids are raising themselves.
One of those are going to lack. Either the money's going to lack or the raising is going to lack.
Yeah, that's a perfect.
The only way you can do it is that, fuck it, I'll keep a job for 6 months. You stay home. We'll switch every 6 months.
No, I'm not talking about switch. I'm not talking about switch.
That was, but like literally just that. The way that my mom overcame that was my grandma was able to be, you know,
exactly.
my grandma was able to be my mother.
Yeah.
My mom only had the opportunity to be the
provider.
She had no choice, only to go to. I didn't see my mom the whole first half of my life. She worked from before my grandma dropped me off from school. My grandma picked me up from school, and I would sleep at my grandma's house.
Right.
You know, and that's my mom's biggest regret, is that she never had the opportunity to be a mom, at least in my younger age.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's always like it's a
somebody has to make the sacrifice.
Yeah, someone has to. So like I feel like in the beginning, like I was saying, like in the beginning when the baby first born, I don't ever expect at that point, you know, the baby ain't really yours.
Yeah, it's not. You're really not a father until it's about like 5, 6.
Until the motherfucker could really like
starts walking.
Until they start walking and shit, then you can start really being a father.
Even like my boy that I live with the baby, like, you know, like what is he gonna do with this nigga except hold him?
Yeah,
make a bottle and hold him.
Yeah,
like there's really nothing he could do.
Like I get that part, but it's like it's more of like I just seen it when you get to that age, when you get to that age where the kid can kind of start getting his own personality. It's like I feel like at that point as a father, I feel that's when you got to make that switch.
But like, how do you make that switch when it's that the baby? It's already
you gotta put
it's already about 9, 10. What are you gonna like?
Put that effort
what you're gonna make your wife take more hours on at that time? You're gonna make
it
because somebody still has to go to work and make the fucking money.
That's why I view it different. Like you know, again, how I'm saying,
that's
my take is different on.
No, we just got different opinions.
Yeah, we got different
we're talking
opinions,
about.
But it's one of those ones like I feel. Well, why can't you though? But why at that point when if a kid at that point, why can't you both raise the kid equally if the kid is in elementary school? You work and I work. Like, why can't we both be equal? Why does the mom still have to put in extra work? If she goes to work and I go to work,
but like, do you really want your wife to be a hard ass all day? Do you really?
What do you mean a hard ass? Like, what makes her to be a hard ass?
Like, you know, somebody has to be the disciplinarian around here.
Two people can't be disciplinarians.
You want your kid to talk to somebody, man.
I mean, you can't balance that though.
It's a child's mind. When I was at a child's mind, it was either I can talk to my mom or I can't.
See, that's what I'm saying. Me, I ain't got kids, so I don't know if you
can do this. Kids,
but I don't know if you can do this, but me, that's one of those ones. Why can't I? Why can't I crack a joke and whoop your ass at the same time?
Because it then doesn't work.
I'm not exactly.
My mom can't crack a joke. If me and my mom start cracking jokes, now she's a joker. Me and my mom are jokers.
Okay, situation. Me and my girl. I have kids, so I got an answer for you.
Yeah.
I am the disciplinary. Okay. I'm the worker, for the most part.
Okay.
My girl works too, but
the real money is coming from your department.
In a lack of a better,
But
when I'm not to talk to, I don't do that. Once in a while, when I feel it's necessary, come talk to me. What's going on? For the most part, though, I'm the yeller. I'm the disciplinary. I'm this, I'm that. When my son or my daughter or whoever, like the older two, they mess up, I'm the one putting them in trouble. But mind you, I'm their dad. Yeah. She's not their mom like that. So,
but I get that.
A little different dynamic.
But at the same time, it's like when they do get in trouble, and then after like the whole punishment part is over with, I tell my girl, go talk to him. See what's going on, all that good stuff. But when it's when it's time for you to do it.
Okay. Right. Yeah. See, it's one. See, my way of thinking is going off at if I have kids. This is how I want to do it. But again, everything's different when it gets flat out.
Yeah, no. If I had kids, me personally, like I always imagine myself being a dad like your dad. Like, you know, even though me and his dad, like when I was young kid and everything, my man was still out. He not only was he at my practices, he was at my games. He was at any function and everything. Even you know what it is. He wasn't a man. He's not a man of words.
Yeah,
but like
he's
not a man of
yeah.
He's not a man of words. But the one thing he does show you is that he's there.
Yeah, he shows you.
He shows you he's there.
That's me.
But you know, but his pops.
I seen you step. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he shows you. Like, you know, I can't ever say that he's not my pops because he showed me personally what it is. Like, you know, there wasn't a time that I, like, you know, if he had time after driving all the way from wherever he was driving through that day, he was at my practice if he had enough energy in him to get up.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You know, he never missed a game when I had a game.
Yeah,
he never missed an award if I had an award. When my graduation was a prime priority. If I had a birthday, there was not the bill was picked up by him. You know, no words or anything, but like the actions made sure that it was showed.
Yeah.
And that showed just as much as my mom.
Right.
On that aspect. That's why I was able to see that shit where it was just like, you know, they were both disciplinarian just because my mom was also already did the single mother shit.
Yeah.
She can't convert back at that point. But like, they were both disciplinarians, but it also showed that, like, you know, like if my mom wanted to be on the soft side, like, you know, it equaled up the same way. Yeah. Is it different? Definitely. It's definitely fucking different. But like bills paid, practices, games, awards, everything, like it showed up in the same exact category.
Died.
Yeah, I just died. I was gonna say.
I got another battery.
Yeah. I mean, we're almost about to finish this one off. So
yeah.
I mean, no, we only got like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we only got a couple more minutes left.
But yeah, so and I feel you 100%, and I feel where you coming from too, because no one parent wants to feel like they're only doing the one thing.
Yeah.
Like when my kids were younger and I was with their mom, I feel like she didn't do her part as their mom. Okay. So my mom took over, and I was the earner. Okay. I worked all day. Woke up, tattooed. When I got done tattooing, I went to a job. Once I got done with that job, I came home.
I remember you did that shit.
Went to sleep, all over again.
That nigga to get a tattoo appointment when he did that shit was wild, bro.
Bro,
it was this day between these hours.
So it was all day for me. Yeah. I never stopped. But with that being said, I wasn't really there for them in that time frame either.
But like you didn't have, it wasn't that you didn't want to be, it was the physical ability that you physically could not.
There is always a sacrifice here or there.
But I understand that way. I understand that way. Like when you have to, it's like, bro, you get it. They're gonna understand that.
But dog, you gotta understand that the reason that is like, nigga, I'm middle class.
We are.
You're middle class. He's middle class. We're middle class.
Yeah, true.
Like even though we got money to live, and we're all living comfortably in and of ourselves, we are middle class. We don't have the money to
stay home.
We don't have that money to stay home. We don't have that money to do everything. Like if I had a kid right now, I'd have money to probably send my wife and my kids somewhere. But like I would probably stay home and go to work. But I would have the money. I would have the money for my kid to have a great fucking life, and even like me sometimes too with them and stuff. But like someone would have
limit your spending.
Yeah, but like somebody would have to do it. That's what I'm saying. It's just like
I get
what
you're saying.
You still get what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying.
No, like I get it. Like I totally get it.
Like where we're
I'm speaking fantasy.
Yeah,
I'm speaking fantasy.
Yeah, like in a great fucking world, I would personally want what you the utopia that you're speaking of. I would the utopia you're speaking of. I would want that where me and my wife could just both be fucking great parents and just chilling and everything. I got money making money while I'm not even at work, and I have time to spend. Yeah, you know that. That's the dream.
The bigger plan.
You know, that's the bigger plan.
You know, money is the goal, not the mission.
Money is the goal, not the mission. Yeah. But like that's where it brings the freedom. That's why white people be having their shit and whatnot. But what you call it? You know, but like in the reality that we live in right now, like you know, in the foreseeable future, I'm still gonna be this middle class man that I am.
Can't have that mindset, bro. I'm trying to get out of this. Middle class.
No, I'm trying to be at the.
I'm over here to the point where damn it, I gotta pay taxes this year.
See, but that's why right now is prime time for y'all when you don't have kids.
Yeah, true.
Me
personally, and that's okay. Like he said that himself, but like me personally, like I'm completely okay with the middle class life that like I lead. But like that's okay. Like I'm happy.
Yeah, for sure. But for like his ideals, both parents home parenting.
Yeah,
you need to.
I know you weren't saying that, but you're saying but equal. Like you know, you go do your shit, I go do my shit, but we're both pushing this kid equally. Yeah.
So it is, and even then, like you said before, it's parenting different, but it means the same.
Mm-hmm.
So your dad, games, work, is the same as his mom, by example, she didn't work, his mom with him all the time, school work, taking him to school, clothes, bags.
Basically what my grandma was. It was exactly equal.
So it's the same parenting love, just done different.
Yeah, it's just a different example. Like, you know, I like Twix, I like Kit Kats, but you know, they both taste good to me.
With you, Jamie, is I feel like it's a worry. It's not a want, it's a worry. You'll be worried when you have kids if you'll step up.
Yeah, true.
And like from what you said too, it was like a worry, like you would like worry if like your kids love your wife more.
No, it's not that. It's just me.
Because I'm not worried. I'm not worried if the mom and my kid love my wife.
No, it's not that. It's how do I explain it? I just feel I know if I would want a kid or if I had a kid, I just feel like I just can't see myself doing anything that doesn't revolve around them type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
but that's you making the money. If you're the money maker, that's revolving solely around you.
It's just
like either way, what I just described, everything revolved around you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I would be out practicing fucking tennis shoes if it wasn't for you. I would be living in these streets if it wasn't for you. I wouldn't have no food in my belly if it wasn't for you. Like, you know, it's a different aspect. It would be on the.
I was playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I understand that.
We were on the same side.
Yeah, we were on the same. But like, you know, everything wasn't for you. Just like, you know, on the physical side, everything's for you. On the emotional side, I don't know, them niggas going crazy. But on the emotional side, everything's coming from the woman or not. But like, that is equal. But like, that's like from circling around. That comes from the traditional mindset. Like, the woman part wasn't lost, but the man part was lost. In that was a good man, and it's still a good man to this day.
I'm not saying I didn't say he was a bad man. I wouldn't say the traditional way of living is a bad man. It's just something that I feel I would want to fall into.
Well, even the traditional is outdated now.
It is. Like, it is.
I don't think it's outdated. I think the values and morals are still there.
No, it's outdated in the fact of it's not super possible. Like you said, middle class.
It's not.
I'm talking about in the family dynamic. It's still possible.
No, it's not. You can't.
I don't know. Me personally, like right now, I can
tell me right now, if you right now with your way of living.
Yeah, I can provide for a wife who doesn't go to work and just stays in the house and raise my kid. Right now,
but
the way,
but it's based off of what I have going on right now.
That's what you're doing right now. But that's because you're in the military and your whole situation.
Yeah.
But imagine if you were like in our situation and you got to do you're out there in the regular life and you don't get that extra little, you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, we make the same amount of money. You can do the same thing.
No, you make more.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, but I mean, I can do that right now.
No, yeah, like I agree with you there. I could provide. That's why my last relationship, it was what it was. She stayed home, but she also didn't do her part. So that's a big thing.
That's another
so
thing.
I can provide. I provided for when I grew up. It was me and my mom and my grandma, my siblings. But I did provide for them, even though they're my siblings. I was the dad of the house. Because especially once my grandpa left, I was the only person working. Tattooing and working. So I did do that, but it was for my kids first. But then it went for, you know, who I was with, my mom and my siblings.
Yeah, and I felt that too. Like, I always been on the emotional support of providing, like, you know, always on the emotional aspect of it.
I was on the
like, I wasn't, like, as a kid, I was never on the physical aspect, but like on the emotional aspect of providing.
No, I had to be the money aspect of providing.
Yes.
So, but now, like, even now, like, if my girl were to quit today, we would be okay.
Yeah.
Bills are getting paid, everything will be fine. But at the same time, that's going off of what you can do and what I can do.
Yeah.
I have a circumstance where I make good amount of money on a daily basis.
To handle that situation.
That's
what I'm saying. If I was sitting there and I was making a shit ton of money and she can, by all means, stay home and raise the kids.
Also, you say middle class. That's better than most. Most people are low class.
Yeah, no, I'm middle class. My homies that I hang out with, they're no class right now. Not shitting
low
up,
class.
but like not like no class, like they're not fucking. But I'm talking about
they're still figuring.
They're still kids. They're still getting into the world.
But as far as like parenting, say if we just generalize it, most of the population is low class.
At least the population that applies to us that we know and everything is low class.
You have to have both parents working now. That's why I said the traditional aspect isn't possible now because both parents have to work.
But that's just only in
our. But that's just. Like I'm thinking. But I'm thinking realistically. In today's thing, like if I would like say right now, I have like, I got a girl, she's pregnant on the way. There's no way I'd be able to support.
But see, that's a little closed-minded because it's still open. Like we proved between me and we've proved it's still open for the middle class. No, it's just that our environment around us, basically the 909 IE area, from what we see, it's not provided to us because the entirety of our surroundings, the whole San Bernardino, the whole IE, the whole surrounding area, it's low class.
Yes.
At least in San Bernardino itself is low class, and you both have to have two people working to make it happen. Yes. But like outside of our parameters, it's making it happen.
California's expensive.
California's expensive, but like California's expensive if you're not doing it. California's expensive if you're working at McDonald's. California ain't expensive if you're working at a regular fucking job.
Bro, for a one bedroom in California right now, it's like over $1,000. A one bedroom in Iowa, nigga, like $500.
Also, you're getting. I mean, that goes into a whole different thing. Like you're in Iowa, you're in California. That's a whole entirely different setup. That's a whole entirely different setup. Minimum wage in Iowa is different than minimum wage.
They really offer minimum wage out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's a whole entirely different setup. In California, if you do your due diligence and get you a good job, I'm telling you, when I thought I was getting out, I went on that job hunt in the job market. Yeah. There's jobs out there.
But not a lot of people have that skill to get those jobs. You have a skill. You have a skill.
Man, there's a whole bunch of trade schools and everything.
Like me, I have a skill. Like, so even if I lose my job now, I can go find a good job because I have a skill.
Right.
Like, not a lot of people have a skill.
But like, I don't know, maybe because
tattoos, that is a skill that's never gonna die.
Maybe because I just been in this life for so long, is that like my life is. I've been in the middle class, like and like I've lived them.
How many times you filed taxes?
Huh?
How many times you filed taxes?
This would be my third or fourth year.
Can't talk about that.
Nah, the first year my mom got my first year.
My first year
my mom got me. She still filed me on her taxes. I thought I was gonna get my return.
You can't talk about it like that. But I mean, this is a good little. It's a good little, real personal.
Yeah, I just feel like I feel like we're letting that dream die, dude. Like I mean, if it's not your dream, and
a white picket fence.
Yeah, like if it's not your dream, then it's not your dream. But like for me, like that dream's still alive, man. Like like me, my wife, 2-3 kids.
But you said you're not.
No, I mean at least partner and shit. I mean I'm calling a wife. I don't believe that. That has nothing to do with like the wife, the whole thing of it. That has to do with the government. I don't like the government.
We already talked about
Yeah. I don't like.
I'm talking about. You said that you can't be a husband, but you could be a father.
No, but I could sacrifice for my kids. I believe in my heart that I can sacrifice for my kids.
So then what you said about you being selfish is totally different.
No, I said earlier in the thing, I was like, I feel like the only thing that would ever stop me is my kids.
So then
at that point, you have to get. Go ahead.
But at that point, because you're talking about you being married, but at that point you'd be sacrificed. So if you have a kid, that means you would be with your wife.
For my kid, I would do whatever I need to do for my kid.
For your kid.
For my
kid. Once the kid turned 18 and you out here, you just a wild nigga anymore. You back to your own ways?
No, I mean, my mom still views. I'm 21 years old. My mom still views me as a kid. I imagine at the same age, I would still be my kid.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
That would still be my kid. I'm not gonna out here.
I'm not talking about that.
He's saying once your kid is not your kid no more.
Oh, if me and my wife have issues and whatnot, yeah, I would get the fuck out.
Oh.
No. If me and my wife has issues, I don't like being there. Yeah, no. If my kids are grown and me and my wife have issues, I'll get the fuck out of it.
At that point, you'll be slinging some dick.
Yeah, no. I would be doing whatever the fuck I gotta do to make me happy at least.
Yeah, he can still keep that same way.
Right? Yeah, he ain't changing for nobody.
No, but like me personally, like, you know, I mean, obviously, like, I would love to, you know, be with one woman and just be cool, like, you know, but like, I would just have to find that woman.
True.
You know, ain't no reason to settle. I mean, if you got a kid, settle by all means. You know, if you're able to do that.
That's one thing that my dad always said: never force yourself with somebody just because you have kids. That's one thing I always took from him. He was just like, "Hey man, just because you have kids with that person doesn't mean that you gotta be with that person."
No,
and I always tell people,
we got that speech.
See, but that also goes back to the being raised and all that stuff. Like, just because you had kids with that person doesn't mean that person is good right for you or the kid.
I always believe, like, you know, if I had kids, I would just like, I would at least do everything in my power to do that. Just because I ain't never had,
but I've
that
seen
that
also. But I've seen it firsthand. Like, and I've seen that. I feel like why my dad gave me that lesson is because that's what he was doing. He was just like, don't.
But I feel like that's just a testament to him as a man.
But at that point, at the end of the day, because I see it all the time. I know girls that they do that. Oh, I'm just with him now because of the kids. But it's like, so you're putting your own happiness aside. Like, I get it, but how much of that are you going to regret down the line?
See, the thing is,
I mean, can you regret anything you do for your kids?
But
that's a question for him. Can you regret? That's a question for you. Can you regret anything you do for your kids?
But my question is, you say that you'll do whatever you got to do for the kids, but what if your kids' happiness is reliant on your happiness? If you're in your relationship for the kids,
that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
If my dad wasn't happy.
Yeah, he's not happy, so that could have put off on him.
That's not solid.
Okay, yeah, no.
You
know what I'm saying?
If you were a happier individual, your kids would be happier with you.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're a sad individual, they're going to be sadder with you.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. If you're not happy in a relationship and, you know, you're like, and you have that mindset, I'm only with this bitch because we got kids. Well, how does that attitude give off to your kids?
Yeah, no.
So do y'all see how intertwined your past is to your present?
No, if anything, this whole conversation,
he wants both parents no matter what. Yeah. He didn't have both parents. You don't care. You had both, but you didn't see it as right. Me, I was, nigga, whatever works. But
nigga out here made an epiphany.
Yeah, nigga out here made an epiphany. But like, nigga, I'm just out here talking. Nigga connected some dots.
Yeah,
I didn't think about it.
It all depends on how you were raised, what you saw, and how you perceive it.
And we've said that before. Everything is based off
childhood trauma.
That childhood trauma.
So like that's what I was saying. So like when I see people do that and they force themselves, like I'm only with them because you know the kids. Well, it's like, well, your kids kind of give off that energy. You're acting.
Sometimes like as a kid, I would gauge it as either as a kid you had a parent who did that, or you had a parent who didn't do that.
But I wouldn't want like me as a kid, like me growing up. I wouldn't have done that because at that point I didn't have a good relationship with my dad because this nigga was mad all the damn time. But now it made sense. Nigga wasn't in a happy relationship.
Yeah, but so I got the thing where it's like my mom did that, but like she never showed to us that how I mean now I know as an adult that what she went through, but like as a kid, you know, she never showed us that, like, you know, she was fucking going through it trying to make it work because I begged for my dad to come home. All she showed us that was happy because all I seen was that it was happy because my dad was home.
Because as a kid, you don't see it. But later when you grow up, then you see it. You get what I'm saying? You didn't see it. You didn't see it when you was a kid. But like at the end of the day, that's why kids nowadays is all fucked up because niggas don't see it.
Yeah.
When they're kids. They just go, oh yeah, this.
You know, this last generation of people really fucking shitty.
Yes, they are.
Downhill.
But, I mean, we're pretty much running out of tape here. We're not running up, but it's probably in this one.
Yeah, no, this was a phenomenal conversation. I feel like this is a great
any closing topics? Any last little we got?
I don't have any closing topics, but like I said on the last one, what is the audience's? Oh, they can't even see me. Oh, they can't.
Yeah, no, they can't.
What is the audience input on parenting, and what do you think is better, being there and being shitty, or not being there and leaving them alone?
Because I think there is a case for at least like being there, but like, you know.
But at what cost to the child?
But like at what cost to the child? At what cost to the child of being gone for fucking ever and leaving like at least like me in a mind of fucking wonder.
See, but that's
I'm not saying like you ain't got like to be there to force the kids to be together, but it's more of a like just separate and just co-parent.
But the thing is with him is his situation is his dad wasn't there and he wanted him there.
Yeah.
But the reason your dad was gone could be that reason.
Yeah.
For me, the reason my dad was gone is my reason of him not being there.
My reason my dad was gone my whole life was because I was not able to keep him to stay.
Okay.
At least that's what my dad put into me.
Okay, my question.
That's why I don't fuck with my. That's why, like, as an adult, I came into it, and that's why I don't really like. You know, my whole thing with my dad right now is that like I don't deal with him in anything because like now that I came into an adult and I've had time to sit back and reflect on anything, that's the shittiest thing you could ever do to not even a kid, just to a fucking person, to believe that their whole life was self-reliant on
Jacob,
what you
what's
did.
your thoughts? We haven't heard from you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
No, Jacob has good thoughts. He had a
About what?
military. He had a military
I need to
dad.
invest myself.
He had a
in this
military
conversation.
dad.
We might let you get the last little.
Yeah, I'll let you get the last
All right,
little
all
thing,
right.
Jacob.
Scoot over.
This is Jacob right here.
This is Jacob, man. You finally.
This
seen
is
the
our
man
this is
behind
our
the camera.
this is our executive producer.
You gotta finally
He had a
see him.
military dad. He has his own personal.
Yeah.
We're gonna let you get the last little.
All right, for
last little
me
time.
personally, I mean, growing up as a military kid, like, in the beginning, it was pretty rough. You know, my dad was always on deployment, and when he came back, he was always pissed off. You know what I'm saying? That's what I saw throughout the entire relationship. My dad was always fucking pissed off, and he was a shithead to my mom. Like, you know, like hit her.
Yeah.
But like, even my nana would always be like she'd just tell me now, you know, that I'm an adult and shit like that. She's like, your dad was a fucking piece of shit, and I told him, she was like, you're like, you know, your son, your wife, they don't fucking deserve that shit, and like. I think my mom felt kind of trapped in a sense because, you know, as a kid, I moved, like, in the 3rd grade, we moved to Guam. It's a fucking tiny island.
You lived in Guam?
Yeah, fucking tiny 30-mile island, and, like, I think my mom felt trapped because that's when it was the worst. That's when they were fucking, like, on each other's ass, and they were always fighting and shit like that, and trust me, that shit rubbed off on me, you know? I've only been in a relationship with one girl, but, like, trust me, like, when I tell you that shit, like, I saw it, like, because she was to be telling me, and I was like, and I...
You don't realize that
I was like, you know, the reason why I didn't show like that good of affection to my girlfriend is because I saw that shit. So I'm like sitting there like.
But your mom was also like not a single mom, but she was like a stay-at-home and like a single mom.
Yeah, because she always tried to like help out, but like she really couldn't because like she had a back problem and shit like that. You know, she had disability and shit like that, so she couldn't really work for a long time. But like. That was another thing my dad always had. He was always coming home from work and he was always pissed off and he was just always like, just angry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know why. And you guys were saying that shit, like, that shit fucking rubs off.
It does.
Yeah,
That shit rubs
does.
off because I will always like when I came home from college, or like from high school, when I graduated high school, came over here to college, like, everyone was like, why are you such in a shitty mood? Why are you such like an asshole to everybody? I was just like, I don't know. And I started like looking back in high school. I was like, I was an asshole all the time. You know what I mean? Like, no matter who you were, like, I was just a dick. So like, you know, you guys were talking about it too. Like, as you grow up, like, you kind of like get that better relationship with your parents.
After you move up.
Yeah, I
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, and I had that revelation with my mom, and like, she came over, she wanted to check up on me, and I was just like, you know, like miserable I was and shit like that. Like. Yeah, I even talked to my dad, you know, like we straightened things out, and like I think that's like the best thing you could really do. You know what I mean? Like you're an adult, you understand shit.
Because you realize they're an adult and they're going through shit as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, you really do realize it. Like, you know, like even though like it was a shitty struggle in and of itself, but like they're also people.
Yeah,
they're also people. I'm a person. They're a person. They're a person. Even though like I'm a child, and by all means, you should do whatever you can to keep it away. But like. You can only do so much. You're a person. You're a human fucking being. Yeah, no, I feel that though. Like, no doubt. Because like, damn near that fucking I feel like that's how me and Jacob got such a fucking connection in and of itself. Because damn near his military dynamic with his dad being away. I mean, my dad was in prison, but like also like when Jacob's dad was away. My dad was also away, obviously doing different shit. way different shit.
Look, the same but different.
Yeah, right. But when me and Jacob hanged out, it wasn't. You know, we both didn't have our dads. Yeah. We both didn't have our dads.
That common denominator.
Yeah, there was a common that we didn't have it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's a good little That's a good little
Insight,
episode.
Yeah.
That's a good little insight right there. Yeah.
All right, well,
everybody, thanks for sharing. We hope you guys take this.
I hope somebody out here resonates with us. I hope you guys understand that, I understand that it's real hard out here for niggas to express themselves. I understand that it's hard to, talk to whoever, everything. But mental health is a big fucking problem in our community. It's a big fucking issue for everybody around us. But beyond that, like, I just believe everybody should be able to talk and express themselves and be able to be at home with one another. And I hope everybody, I
hope you guys like this episode.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, follow up, bro. Run that up. We appreciate all the follows, everything. We're going to do an announcement, not now, but we're going to do a little giveaway.
Do a little giveaway.
Raymond, we ain't going to let you guys know when. We're gonna do something special. You guys hope you guys just keep listening. If you listen to this, if you get to the end, then you know. Just make sure you follow, like, comment, subscribe.
We're gonna
remember giveaway soon. We know who follows.
We know who follows. All I'm saying, if you like a little inky,
we know who follows.
Yeah.
So I'm J.Snow.
I'm Suave.
Ink Empire.
Jake.
And this is the 909 with the 9 to 5 boys.
That was a good one.
That was great.
My man got some